With Dallas Davis as my guide, we had flown up to Tropic Reservoir, and then from there he promised things even better. I hadn't really planned on flying over the park because there are some restrictions, perhaps. They like you to maintain at least 2,000 feet altitude above a park so that you're not disturbing people on the ground. But when we got there and came across the main highway up through the park, there was no traffic whatsoever. It was absolutely empty. We flew along that road for several minutes and no traffic at all. It was amazing. So then we finally came to, I think it was Inspiration Point. And again, look at that parking lot. Not a single vehicle down there. So I decided, okay, if there's nobody on the ground, I can't disturb anyone. Let's take a good look at this place. And so, turned east, heading out over the pinnacles. Here we're looking down on the red rocks of Bryce. The red is the Clarin formation of soft limestone. Iron in the rock gives its red colors. Limy sediments were deposited in a series of stream beds and lake deposits about 80 million years ago. Then the land was uplifted during the Laramide orogeny of mountain building, which took place about 60 million years ago. The soft Clarin-formed limestone is capped by a harder layer of dolomite that acts as a sort of roof. But when cracks in the roof allow it to leak, water trickling downward erodes the soft limestone below and forms the scenic hoodoos for which Bryce is famous. At this point, I had to make another decision. Pilots are always constantly watching the ground below, looking for places to land safely if it were to happen. And that country beneath me now is very, very unfriendly for a safe landing. So at some point, I guess you just have to make a decision. Is the risk acceptable for what you want to accomplish here? Is it worth taking the chance to get an incomparable view that you'll never see in any other way? I finally decided it was, and so I kept flying. It's because of times like this that I often sprinkle holy water all over my faithful little engine and pray that the spark plugs will keep sparking and the pistons keep pumping and the propeller keep turning. So on to the north. The air was smooth. Gee, it was just a beautiful, beautiful morning. And yeah, I guess Ebenezer Bryce was right when he looked out on this place and said, "Dang, it'd be a hell of a place to lose a cow." Although maybe a powered parachute might have made it easier for old Ebenezer to find the darn cow. Anyway, continued flying on north towards a section of the park called the amphitheater, where some of the most spectacular formations reside. Here you can see the white caps of dolomite that are protecting those pinnacles, the hoodoos of the limestone. In all the time I was flying, I didn't see anyone on any of the hiking trails I passed over. So I don't feel the least bit guilty about staying below 2,000 feet AGL. Yep. I had an opportunity to see this park like very, very few people will ever see it. I just can't believe sometimes how fortunate I am to be able to fly. Wow. So lucky. And maybe the best thing I can do right now is quit blathering and let your eyes enjoy the treats I'm trying to share here. Sometimes there are just no words. So let's be thankful for our blessings and do what we can to keep this fragile little blue ball a good place to live for a long, long time.